Some rooms hold memories, others create them. In 1997, a small roadside motel in Nevada quietly shut down after a series of unexplained complaints. No murders, no official incidents, just guests leaving early. Room 312 was the center of it. Over a span of 6 years, every guest who stayed inside reported the same thing. The room knew things it shouldn't. A travel writer named Daniel Reeves checked into room 312 in 2003. He specialized in debunking paranormal myths. His goal was simple: spend one night and expose the rumors. He brought a voice recorder, a camera, and a notebook. At 9:14 p.m., he began documenting. Everything was normal. The bed was clean. The air smelled faintly of old wood. The television worked. At 10:02 p.m., things changed. Daniel wrote in his notes, "I keep hearing something, like someone moving in the bathroom." But when he checked, nothing. No sound, no movement. At 10:47 p.m., the voice recorder captured something unusual. A whisper, not loud, not clear, but unmistakably human. When enhanced, it sounded like,
"You forgot something."
Daniel became unsettled. He checked his belongings. Everything was there. Or so he thought. At 11:23 p.m., he noticed something disturbing. His notebook had writing in it, not his handwriting. A sentence repeated across multiple pages. "You left me here." Daniel insisted he hadn't written it, but things got worse. At midnight, the television turned on by itself. Static filled the screen. Then, an image. A room. This room, but different. The bed was torn, walls stained, something dark on the floor. Daniel approached the screen and froze. There was a man inside the TV, sitting on the edge of the bed, head down. The man slowly lifted his head. It was Daniel. At 12:18 a.m., the voice recorder captured Daniel speaking rapidly. "That's not me. That's not me. I'm here." The room began changing. Walls darkened. The smell turned metallic. The air felt heavier. Daniel tried to leave. The door wouldn't open. The handle turned, but the door didn't move. Then, a knock from inside the bathroom. Daniel backed away. The bathroom door creaked open on its own. Inside, nothing. Except the mirror Daniel approached. His reflection looked normal. For a moment. Then it blinked. He didn't. The reflection smiled. He didn't. The recorder captured a whisper behind him.
"You forgot me."
Daniel turned. No one there. But when he looked back at the mirror, the reflection was gone. At 1:03 a.m., Daniel screamed, loud, panicked, then silence. The recording ends with one final sentence, spoken calmly.
"I remember now."
The next morning, staff entered room 312. The room was empty. No signs of struggle, no belongings, no Daniel. But the notebook remained. Inside, a final entry. "I never checked out." Years later, new guests in room 312 began reporting something new. A man, sitting quietly in the corner, watching them. When asked to describe him, they all gave the same answer. A travel writer named Daniel. In one building, the elevator doesn't just take you to another floor. It takes you somewhere else entirely. In 2011, a corporate office tower in Chicago became the subject of a quiet internal investigation. Employees reported missing time, blackouts, and one specific detail. The elevator sometimes skipped floors. A security consultant named Laura Bennett was hired to investigate. Her job, review surveillance footage and identify any anomalies. At first, everything seemed normal, until she reviewed footage from Elevator C. At 2:36 a.m., the elevator doors opened on the 14th floor. No one entered, but the weight sensor activated, as if someone invisible stepped inside. The doors closed. The elevator began moving, down, past the lobby, past the basement, to a floor that didn't exist. The panel displayed 0. Laura replayed the footage multiple times. Same result. Then she noticed something else. Inside the elevator camera, there was a reflection, not of a person, but of something, standing behind where a person should be. Tall, thin, distorted. Laura decided to test it herself. At 1:58 a.m., she entered Elevator C. She pressed the lobby button. The doors closed. The elevator began descending. Then suddenly, stopped. The lights flickered. The panel changed. 0. The doors opened, not to a floor, but to darkness. Laura described it in her report. It wasn't a hallway. It was just space. Then, a voice, soft, close.
You came back.
Laura turned. The elevator was empty, but the reflection wasn't. Something stood behind her, smiling. The doors slammed shut. The elevator shot upward violently, then stopped at the lobby. When the doors opened, everything was normal. People walking, phones ringing. Laura exited, shaken. She checked the time. It was 2:01 a.m. 3 minutes had passed, but the security footage told a different story. Laura had been inside the elevator for 6 hours. The final report was never submitted. Laura Bennett resigned the next day. Weeks later, employees began reporting a new issue. When entering Elevator C late at night, they sometimes weren't alone. A woman would already be inside, standing silently, facing the doors. If anyone spoke to her, she would slowly turn and whisper,
You came back too.
Some recordings capture moments. This one captures you. In 2008, an independent filmmaker purchased a box of old VHS tapes from an estate sale in rural Oregon. Most were blank, except one, labeled only, "Play Me Last." Curious, he ignored the instruction and played it first. The footage began normally. A static-filled living room, an old television set, a couch, nothing unusual. Then, movement. A man entered the frame, sat down, faced the TV. The filmmaker paused, rewound, played again. The man looked familiar. It was him. Same clothes, same room layout, same posture. He checked behind him. Nothing. The tape continued. The version of him on screen slowly leaned forward, staring into the TV. Then, the on-screen version turned and looked directly at the camera, not at the TV, at the viewer. The filmmaker turned off the tape. That night, he couldn't sleep. At 2:13 a.m., the TV turned on by itself. The same footage played, but different. Now the room on the tape looked older, darker, rotting, and the version of him wasn't alone. Something stood behind him, tall, still, watching. The filmmaker turned around. Nothing there. But when he looked back, the thing was closer. On the tape. Every time he blinked, it moved. Closer. Until it stood right behind him. On screen. Then, the on-screen version of him smiled. Wide. Too wide. And whispered, "It sees you now." The tape cut to black. The next morning, the filmmaker was gone. Weeks later, the tape resurfaced. At another estate sale, unlabeled, when played. It showed a living room, a couch, a television, and a man sitting quietly, watching. If you look closely, you'll notice something unsettling. The man isn't watching the TV.
He's watching you. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be back for more soon.